Our story begins in the ancient kingdom of Persia. King Xerxes rules over a massive empire stretching across many lands. One day, the king removes his queen after she refuses a public request. With the queen gone, a search begins for a new one. Among the young women chosen to be presented to the king is Esther, a beautiful and humble Jewish girl being raised by her cousin Mordecai. Esther is different, not just in appearance, but in character. She is kind, respectful, and wise. And even though she is far from home, she listens carefully to Mordecai's guidance. After many months of preparation, Esther is brought before King Xerxes. He immediately sees something special in her, something deeper than outer beauty. He chooses Esther to be the new queen of Persia. But Esther carries a secret. The king doesn't know she is Jewish. Mordecai advises her to keep this to herself, and she obeys, waiting for the right time. While Esther settles into life as queen, Mordecai remains watchful outside the palace. One day he overhears two men plotting to assassinate the king. Mordecai tells Esther, Esther tells the king, and the men are stopped. The king records Mordecai's loyalty, but forgets to reward him. That forgotten detail will matter later. Then comes Haman, a powerful official promoted by the king. Haman expects everyone to bow to him, but Mordecai refuses. He bows only to God. Haman is furious. Learning Mordecai is Jewish, he decides not only to punish him, but to destroy all Jewish people in the empire. He convinces King Xerxes to issue a decree. A date is set. The law is sealed. The Jewish people are doomed. When Mordecai hears this, he tears his clothes in grief and sends a message to Esther. You must speak to the king. You must save our people. Esther is terrified. In Persia, no one, not even the queen, could approach the king without being called. Doing so could mean death. Esther sends her concern to Mordecai, but he replies with powerful words, "Perhaps you were made queen for such a time as this." Those words ignite something inside her. Esther decides she must act. She sends a message back. Tell all the Jews to fast for 3 days. I will go to the king, and if I perish, I perish. This was the moment she stepped from fear into purpose, from hidden identity to God-given destiny. After 3 days, Esther approaches the king. Everyone watches to see what will happen. Will he raise his golden scepter or order her death? To everyone's relief, the king extends the scepter. Esther lives. The king asks what she desires, up to half the kingdom. Surprisingly, she doesn't reveal the threat yet. Instead, she invites the king and Haman to a special banquet. At the banquet, the king asks again what she wants. Still, Esther waits, inviting them to a second banquet the next day. That night, the king cannot sleep. He asks for the royal records to be read to him, and he discovers the story of Mordecai saving his life. Realizing Mordecai was never rewarded, the king calls Haman and asks, what should be done for the man the king wants to honor? Haman, thinking the king means him, describes a grand celebration, royal robes and a parade through the city. Then the king announces, "Great! Do all of that for Mordecai." Haman is shocked and humiliated, but even that is not the end. At the second banquet, the king asks Esther once more what she desires. This time she speaks with courage. "My king, if I have found favor in your sight, spare my life and the lives of my people. We are in danger. We have been targeted for destruction." The king is shocked. Who would dare do such a thing? Esther turns to Haman and says, "This wicked man is our enemy." Haman is taken away, and justice is served. But the law he created still remains. So the king issues a new order giving the Jewish people permission to defend themselves. When the day comes, they stand strong, and they are saved. Sometimes the very position or opportunity we have is for a greater purpose. Even when God seems hidden, he is still working behind the scenes. Esther's bravery didn't just save her people. Her story still inspires anyone who faces fear, uncertainty, or a moment where they must choose. Do I stay silent or do I step into my purpose? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this retelling of Esther's story, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring Bible stories brought to life.